Hi, my name's Terry, and I want to talk to you about my flip phone. You open it, you take a call, you type in numbers. It's actually something that I'm growing accustomed to again. And welcome to 1995, right? Or 98, depending upon what model. I got the Daisy Sunbeam wireless. I'll put a link. I did a lot of research as far as pros, cons. It's about $200. I'm going to link to Jose Briones, I think is how you say his name. Great YouTube channel. He is like the man right now. He also is writing some amazing articles on Substack. But why did I get a flip phone? Well, there's a million videos, not a million, but there are a lot. It's very vogue right now to have videos about, oh, I ditched my smartphone for 30 days and this is what happened, clickbait type stuff. I want to kind of talk to you about my journey because I realized that I wasn't enjoying having my phone with me all the time. I started leaving it behind. I was using social media too much. So in 2020, I believe, I deleted Facebook somewhere along the way, and then Instagram was pretty hard. And one day I just delete, and I'm not talking about taking the apps off my phone. I'm talking about delete my account. And then because I guess I was lying to myself that I needed, health information and people I follow on Twitter and news, that I had to have Twitter too. And I read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss again. It's back on my shelf back here. And he just talks about a low information diet. And I was like, what do I need all of this? Why am I consuming all of this, right? And so I finally deleted my Twitter. And what I want to talk to you about is there's a lot of people that talk about how they're using a quote unquote dumb phone. And the response that I see a lot in the comments are, I'll just dumb down my phone. I'll delete the apps. And that's who I want to talk to a little bit, or a little bit about around that mindset. I had my phone pretty well dumbed down, meaning that I kind of reinstalled it from stock, did not install a lot of apps. And in the first week I had my flip, I still felt like when I walked out of the house without my iPhone, that I forgot my wallet or something. It was like, what if something happens? It's crazy. It was just a crazy feeling, right? And I realized even with my phone dumbed down, I was grabbing for it. I was trying to use it too much. I was like, who could I text? There was still a link to it there, right? Of like, I need to entertain myself. And I think that's the first thing that we need to realize is that we use, at any moment of discomfort, we inject a phone as our entertainment device. And you could argue that, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, and maybe that's okay for you, perhaps. But the phone, and then the phone shouldn't be that. I think screens steal our productivity, our imagination, a lot of things like that. And then people say, well, the phone is just like carrying around a camera, right? A camera is, or this watch, it's just a tool, right? This watch is just a tool to tell me time. And I think that that's naive. And Neil Postman, who is a brilliant author, thinker, philosopher, professor at NYU, I believe, talked about in the late 90s about how a piece of technology by its design indicates how you should use it. And he used in his talk the example of a 747, which is a big airline, right? And you wouldn't use a 747 to fly from Houston to Dallas to Austin. I live in Texas, right? And those little short jumps. No, it's a transcontinental airline. That's what it was built for, and that's what you use it for. These phones are built as a communication device, as a consumption device, as a shopping device. I mean, it's got GPS. It's got all kinds of amazing tools in it, and that's what you use it for. You're supposed to intertwine this device into your daily life. That's why they put a wallet on the back of it on the last iPhone, right? They want you to be like, this is my wallet and my phone, this is my everything, right? There's a reason for that. There's a reason why they have wireless headphones that work so well. They want that thing connected to you. And I realized that when I used my Flip for the first week, I'm getting back to that, is that I still, even though I was not using, there was no connection to social media on my iPhone, I still felt a connection to my phone that I didn't even realize that I still had. And using this flip phone for a week, it was hard. It was hard. You realize that our culture, the culture that we live in 2022, demands that you have a cell phone. Oh, you bought tickets to this concert. Now some, not all, but they don't even have a PDF that you can print and bring to scan. No, you're just supposed to have an app on your phone. You want to make a reservation for a restaurant for you and your wife. You need an app on your phone, right? You want to park downtown. I go downtown sometimes here in Austin, and they're like, there's no place to pay. You have to have an app in order to make a payment to either the city or to some of these parking garages. And so they're making it harder and harder unless you have a smartphone. And so I just wanted to highlight some of those things in my first week. And I almost broke and was like, my phone's pretty dumbed down. I was watching more videos and I saw that was the common response, like, oh, well, you're doing the dumb phone. I've got my phone under control. And I just want to ask you, are you sure? Are you sure? Have you done the test? Have you made the break, right? Have you made the break? I'm starting week 3 this week. Today is, I don't even know it. Today's the 1st of September. And I almost broke down, but I'm like, this is my phone. Somebody needs me, they can call me. And texting, people are like, oh, I can't T9 text. This sucker right here, the best voice to text, better than my iPhone. And it's easy. I can do it with a thumb. I click, boom, I'm in my messages. I click the message that I want. I hit that button. Yep, I will see you around 8 o'clock. There it is. Message sent. Close my phone. Pretty simple. Pretty doggone simple. Simpler than my iPhone. And it's also nice, like having a tactile, like touching buttons. Like I can feel it without having to look at my phone so much. So anyway, I'm going to make a series of these about kind of life with a dumb phone. I don't think, and this is me talking here in after 3 weeks, that I'll ever go back to a smartphone. I think about how much money I've given Apple, and I like Apple. Good company, good products. Heck, as my music player, I pulled out my old iPod, right? This was the best, by the way. Lightning port, 16 gigs. I'm going to make a separate video about how I'm setting up my music now. But I love this thing. Pulled out all my MP3s, old albums that I haven't listened to. The Psychedelic Furs album, amazing album. Anyway, I'm digressing. The point is, I don't think I'll ever go back. It's easier than I have anticipated, and I've given Apple. I've had the iPhone 3G, 4S, 5S, 6S, the XS, and now this is the 12, or maybe this is the 13. I don't remember. I think it's the whatever one we're on right now. It's the latest one, right? And this one was $1,000. My XS was $1,100. That's $2,000, and probably I've probably given Apple just in phones, much less my iPads. I've given them probably $4,000 to $5,000, and this little phone right here is $200. Does everything I need. So there you go. I'll end with that. Hope I gave you some food for thought, and thank you so much for watching, and I will answer any questions in the comments. Thank you so much.